Tax day, April 15th, is just a few days away now, and while so many of us have already received a refund, some people owe the Internal Revenue Service money. Certified public accountant Bob Martin is here to explain what to do if you think that you cannot pay your taxes. And I'm guessing that your opinion of whether or not you can pay and the government's opinion of that might be two different things.
Exactly. Yeah, they have much higher standards, so to speak, and when they look at what your living costs should be, they think that you can pay a lot more than a lot of people think they can.
You know, you're looking at your paycheck and you think the government takes money out every couple of weeks when I get my paycheck. How can I still owe more?
Yeah, what happens is a lot of people go, well, there was withholding during the year, but there are other factors that figure into whether you owe tax. For example, you may have filled out your Form W-4 properly for the time you were working, but say you had unemployment compensation. There's no withholding on that. Say you had interest and dividend income, capital gains. Those will cause you to owe additional money.
So let's cut to the chase. What do you do if you don't have the money to pay your taxes?
Well, the first thing you should do is not ignore the problem. Work on it today. Don't wait till Tuesday night. If you don't file on time or get a valid extension, you're going to pay 5% a month penalty, up to 25% on the amount that you owe. So address the problem immediately. Also, look at different alternatives on ways to pay. For example, the IRS is not a good lender. If you maybe borrow on a credit card, borrow from relatives or friends, maybe, invade your emergency fund, that's better than trying to work out something. But if there are no other alternatives, you can request an installment agreement from the IRS.
So sometimes you can get that pretty much automatically, right? What's the automatic agreement?
Well, the automatic agreement is if you owe $10,000 or less, you have a clean record with the IRS for the last 5 years, meaning that you filed timely, you don't owe them for any prior years, you agree to pay within 3 years, and actually the key is that you currently do not have, or you're currently unable to pay. In other words, when the IRS looks at your financial information and they think you're just stringing them out, they're not going to give you a 3-year agreement.
When some people see the number, they think to themselves, this is more than I could ever pay. What do you do in that circumstance?
And that really does happen. There are taxpayers who, due to things that happen in their lives, maybe heavy medical expenses, maybe a divorce, maybe a tragic accident, will never be able to pay their taxes. So the IRS does have a procedure. It's called offer in compromise, where they look at the total you owe and the amount that you would be able to pay, maybe over 10 years or within a reasonable amount of time, and they may forgive part of what you owe. But this is not something you probably want to work on your own. You'll need professional help if you think you qualify for an offer in compromise.
Quickly, what's the bottom line for viewers if they owe money by the 15th?
Is to go ahead and do something. Pay in what you can. In other words, even if you don't have the full amount, you can still send a 1040V voucher along with a partial payment. And even if you get an extension and you get money during the extended period, go ahead and make payments during that period, even before you file.
CPA Bob Martin, thank you for coming in this morning.
You're welcome.
And